Let's talk budgeting categories. Hi everyone, welcome back to Budget of Oz. My name's Sarah, a disabled low-income budgeter, and today we're going to be talking about different budgeting categories that you can use for the cash budgeting system using the zero balance method, and how I make it work using different categories, but also how you can identify your own. Also be doing it while I go through my bills and show you the different ways I categorize them and cash stuffing some of my annual bills. All right, let's get to it. So the way I see it, with the zero based balance method, words not work good today. Every dollar gets accounted for. So we have to then look at what we prioritize. And so for me, I look at kind of dividing things into twos. So I see things as essential and extra. And to me, that is the categories. You can do it another way. This is just how I look at defining what I need. So you can look at different things, and by all means, some extras have snuck into the essentials, like, do I really need Netflix? But because it's a bill, I've just grouped it in with essentials because it's a bill. This is true. Some of the subscriptions have become essentials when they may not necessarily be essentials. And that's why frequently reviewing what your essentials and extras are and your budget is important. And knowing what your essentials are compared to your extras is very important. And that's why we do this. So for me, my essentials is anything that helps me keep my house, my car, my health, or anything to look after myself. Those are my essential things. So anything to do with my house, so house insurance, and my dogs. Sorry. So my house insurance, anything like that, car, so fuel, maintenance, fuel insurance, rego, health insurance, medications, all the doctor's appointments, all of that. I've got a whole binder for health. Self, so groceries, all my expenses for myself, so like groceries, all the cost of me living, and then my dogs, also paying for my dogs, as well as having their food and their flea treatment. All of their costs, if you've been following along with me, come out of that Amazon subscribe and the Amazon. That's their flea treatment and their worming medications are just delivered to the house. So I don't even have to think about it. And I have that on light repeat. So that's how I take care of it. And everything else for the dogs is in the extras. I consider these the essentials. And so it typically breaks down for me into two things. Well, I have bills, and then I have everyday. So I have fixed, and then I have variable expenses that are essential. Bills are fixed. We know what they are typically. You can hear my dogs now. So bills are kind of fixed. We know what they... 1 second. Sorry about that. They're very playful. And so my extras for me are goals, anything that's just for fun, and like non-critical. So for me, they fall into a few categories. They fall into savings, of course. They also fall into what I like to call, you know, I like to call these are my sinking funds, but these sinking funds are like not priority ones. These are low priority. So I call these the low priority sinking funds. And for me, these are the self ones, and these are the home one. So we have the essentials and we have the extras, but I also have another category in my extras where we have high priority. And so high priority is things that are not essential. So essentially is you have to have the money in there all the time. You do this first no matter what. But high priority is things like your emergency buffer, so emergency money, and like important things to have money for. So for me, that is my heart, like my family. So my family, money put aside for the dogs, for my family, as well as put aside for like emergencies and things like that. I ideally want to prioritize this in all of the extras. This is what I prioritize. So essentials first, this in the extras, this first, then these. Because the savings can always be redistributed to the low priority sinking funds or to the high priority sinking funds. But the high priority sinking funds, if something bad happens, like has happened a few times this year, these high priority sinking funds come in handy, like you use them. So like this is what you pull from the emergency, like this is what you pull from. So this is where things are. In addition, I also have work, and work binder falls somewhere in the middle. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. I will though, and I'll let you know when I do. Still figuring that one out, but I do have a cash binder and cash envelope for work. I just haven't figured that one out yet, and I'll get back to you when I do. So as you can see, bills are one of the highest priorities. So for me, bills, when I write out my budget, bills are in fact written in a way that are divvied up into 3 quadrants. they are divvied up into monthly, quarterly, and annually. So for me, my monthly bills, they just come out electronically. I'm not going to bother cash stuffing them. My quarterly bills at this stage, I'm not cash stuffing them because I haven't managed to like get to a solid enough financial spot where I can withdraw the money and put it back in. So I haven't, we're going to stay there. But the annual bills I'm on top of, and I know when they're coming, and I'm very much aware of. So the bills binder, here you can see I have the quarterly bills here, and then we have annual bills. So the annual bills get cash stuffed. So we have some money here that we put aside for cash stuffing the annual bills. And so I cash stuff the annual bills because for me, getting it out of my account into here, and also I know the due date for these and I know what month they're due in, so I can easily take it out and put it where it needs to be. Makes things a lot easier for me, and that's the bonus of the cash stuffing system. So that's why I do this. So yeah, Grammarly's we're gonna put 20 into Grammarly. So also coming up this Christmas, there's usually also some of those subscriptions I was talking about. You can usually get a good deal on them for, sign up for a year, get a good deal on them for, around Christmas time or the new year. So I'm actually looking into some of my other subscriptions and looking into probably, taking them off a monthly, maybe moving them to an annual subscription model, because it's probably going to be cheaper in the long run if I do it that way. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at probably doing. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about my setup for 2025. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and you will hear about my setup for 2025 probably after Boxing Day. But yeah, I cash stuff my annual bills. This just keeps the money out of my bills account, and so I don't get them mixed up with my quarterly bills, because I put the quarterly bills into the bills account, and so what I do is that these quarterly bills I put straight into my bills account, and when they come time, I put them into like my normal account where they get taken out of. So for me, this gives me 3 places to hold all my bills, and that for now, that's working for me. But everyone does their system differently, and this is a system that I am learning. And as I said, you will identify your categories completely differently. This bill system for me, I am still learning and I am still adapting. My sinking funds categories, I am still learning and adapting. My wallet categories, I am still learning and adapting. There is no one way, there is no fixed way, and we change them to suit us. The flexibility is here. Change it to suit you, Okay, you don't have to stay the same way all the time. Change it. Change it to make it suit you. It's the only way it will work. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed me going through and showing you how to identify your categories for cash stuffing and using the zero balance method. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that you understood and got some information. If you have any questions at all, please put them down in the comments and I will try and answer them. If you have been here for a long time, you know green heart in the comments down below makes my heart feel joy. You can find me anywhere on the internet. I'm just at Budget of Oz everywhere. And as always, I'm so glad you're here. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.